Another zombie show?
Oh, no.
But wait, this one actually has some promise. We're going to talk about it. What is up, Netflix fans? Welcome back to my channel. As always, we're talking the brand new series or movie on the platform, and today's show is All of Us Are Dead. Not us. The show that we're watching today, we're going to talk about it spoiler-free in this video, but there's a lot to talk about. 12 episodes total, dropping on Friday. That's hopefully today. Real quick, if you like this video and you want to support this channel, be sure to drop your thumbs up down below, leave a comment, and this show is a striking glimpse of the intense battle between students turned zombies and survivors desperate to escape. So trapped in a virus-ridden school with no cell phones, no food, and nobody to take care of them, the students, they're reaching for everything they possibly can to help them survive. And basically, this high school becomes ground zero for a zombie virus outbreak. And like I said earlier, we have seen so many zombie shows, not just on Netflix, right? We have The Walking Dead. My favorite of the bunch is probably Kingdom. I think that's one of the best shows Netflix has ever produced. And South Korea, as of late, they've been producing some pretty excellent content. So the fact that Netflix has Kingdom, the fact that that's the case, I was looking forward to the show more than I thought I would be, because again, the zombie genre, it feels like it's run its course at this point. So what this show needed to do was carve a little niche place for it to sit and not have people look upon it and scoff like we have some of these other rip-off zombie shows. And fortunately, just off the bat, I believe this show does a lot right. Now, is everything perfect? Not necessarily. My biggest flaw comes when we start getting into the character decisions and also the really unlikable characters that almost take away from the madness and the fun. There's also the fact that the show does take 2 episodes to build up to where the high school does become that ground zero. The first episode, we are really establishing who everyone is, and we're targeting a few characters that are going to either stick around or groups of characters that we're going to follow once this outbreak takes place. And once everything gets started, that's when we go on our little mini adventures, but just the way it all comes about. Again, taking around an episode and a half, but once it happens, it really happens. And at first, it's taking place in this secluded area around the high school, which is almost the perfect setting for this to happen. It reminds me of when I used to play Left 4 Dead, and you're in this secluded location, kind of maneuvering your way around these hallways, and you're picking up items, you're trying to find everything you can to fight off the horde of zombies that are coming at you. It was super fun to watch. It really was. It threw me back into my video game playing days, but it also kind of made me root for some of these characters. Now, again, other characters, they're so unlikable. It's hard to root for them. And at times, I believe the show is almost self-aware enough to make you want to root against them. And I appreciate that. I also appreciate the fact that, for the most part, the stories that we are splitting these groups up into, well, they play fairly well. We have kind of our main group of students that come together, different mentalities, different backgrounds, and at points beliefs. Those all come to a head in like the 3rd or 4th episodes. We have another group of a couple of archery students and one kid who thinks she's cooler than literally everyone in the world. And another guy who would be me, just kind of scared to death. Don't know what to do. My favorite little miniature storyline that we get revolves around a student who is so badass. I mean, he's just going up, doing flips, jumping off walls, kicking zombies down. He's using every single object he can. He's the video game character, right? He's the one who knows what he's doing, can take on zombies 3 or 4 at a time by himself, and he just continues to survive, at least, you know, talking about the build-up episodes, right? And I'm going to try my best to maneuver around certain things, but I also want to talk about everything going on outside of this school, because we have our main guy and all of this spawns from him, and then we pick up on multiple stories going on outside of the school. And that's when I looked at this show and said, maybe there is too much going on in terms of plot lines. You may look at the episode count, 12 episodes, the runtime around an hour a piece, sometimes shorter, but for the most part an hour. And for me, it's almost like there's going to be too much going on. You look at the runtimes and all of the storylines. Crazy enough, though, somehow it didn't feel as scattered as I expected it to, and my issues were not with the sheer amount of things going on. I feel like this show is so aware of what it's trying to do. Each storyline provided something fun, whether it's taking place in or outside of the school, whether that be more students coming in. Now, again, for me, with a show like this, it's almost like you have to embrace the occasional stupidity, and we do get that occasional stupidity. My big issue with that aspect is the fact that, and I get it, you're scared, high school kids, there's a zombie outbreak, I'd probably be afraid too. But there were multiple moments where kids just kind of stand and stare as someone is turning into a zombie in front of them. And I get the first time, okay, because do I want to take him out? Do I want to throw the guy out the window? Whatever. But after you've seen this 4 to 5 times, and it's your 5th person, you're watching them turn into a zombie, don't stand there and watch. Do something. Push him out a window. Take something, stab him. There was so much standing and watching in the first half. And, characters, they come into their own. Some, it takes them longer to grow than others. And, I have to keep adjusting my brain. These are high school. These are young kids. They're scared to death. But even our badass character, at one point, he just kind of stands and watches. And I'm like, dude, you can roundhouse kick a zombie. Why are you watching your friend? I get it. It's your friend. Roundhouse kick him. Do it. While episode 1 and 2, they're dealing with the students trapped in the school and trying to escape the zombies, and you still continue to get that throughout the series. Really, once it starts expanding, even though there is more story to juggle, and that could become jumbled for some, but I actually became interested because, anytime you have a zombie apocalypse like that, most of the time it's going to be a little cliche-ridden, and this one is for sure, but I just love the style of this show. It's so over the top at points, and the camera movements, the reactions from the characters, and it's almost like it embraces the zombie madness to a degree. You also have some of the manufactured drama between the students, and when kids are talking about their social status as there's literally a zombie apocalypse going on out the window, those were the times where I said, I wish. And I get it, you need that type of tension, and there are things you have to fill the space with, but that's the only time I looked at a 12-episode, hour-apiece runtime and said you could have cut down on the teenage drama. And if they would have cut down on the teenage drama, this would go down as one of my favorite zombie shows of all time. And honestly, it's still up there because of the entertainment value. But I will warn you, at times you're just going to have to turn your brain off or refrain from getting angry at the characters. But then again, if you're getting mad at them, well, it's always possible they get eaten by a zombie. So the filmmakers here, I just thought they did a great job of building a lot of those things up. And tragedies continue to strike. No one is safe. I love that. From a filmmaking standpoint, I love that. So if you can't tell, I had a ton of fun with this series. Blood, gore, brains, zombies, a semi-convoluted plot, but one that features so many incredible... And that's what you're here for, right? You're here for zombies and kills, and you get all of that in spades. Before I give you guys my score, thank you so much for watching. Let me know your favorite zombie series or movie down below. And if you like this video, like I said, drop your thumbs up. We are here for the zombie-filled madness and relentless violence, and this series delivers. It could easily be trimmed down, but it is so entertaining, and because of that, I'm going to 78%. I really enjoyed this series. A couple of things that keep me from going higher, but who knows, the more I think about this, and I want to see more of this crazy zombie world. I don't know exactly what they could do just because of the way that it all plays out, but if you guys would like to see a spoiler review from me, there is a lot to talk about, so talk about it down below. Appreciate you guys for joining. I'll see you soon.